Well, in other news, COVID relief fraud cost the country billions of dollars. And as the News 3 investigative team continues to uncover, people are still getting in trouble even years after the pandemic hit. Investigative reporter Margaret Kavanagh is digging into one recent case from Hampton Roads that impacted dozens of victims and cost the public hundreds of thousands of dollars.
These court documents outline how federal prosecutors say that for a year and a half, 51 successful fraudulent claims were filed. Richard Upchurch of Norfolk recently pleaded guilty to 1 count of mail fraud. He and others that are not named in the court paperwork gathered the names, birth dates, and social security numbers of their victims, then applied for unemployment benefits, mostly in Virginia and California, but also in Vermont, Rhode Island, and Puerto Rico. Prosecutors say they got some of the funds back after the scheme was uncovered, but say there was a loss of more than $877,000.
These people go to a lot of trouble to develop these schemes to defraud the government. I guess the good news here is it's catching up with them.
One way authorities caught up with them in this case was by looking at security cameras at drive-through ATMs at First Colonial Road and Lynn Haven Parkway in Virginia Beach, according to court records. Prosecutors examined Upchurch's text messages where he said, quote, he had over 70 socials, then went on to say he was getting $9,500 a week.
Too much money has been stolen from the government in these schemes. And this isn't an accident. These people didn't accidentally they went to a lot of trouble to develop these schemes. It's very sophisticated theft, but it's still theft, and they're still going to pay for it.
Additionally, court records state one of the unnamed suspects worked at an assisted living facility in Norfolk and stole his coworker's personal information, then used that information to apply for unemployment benefits.
This is another case where the government was just letting this money go out the door without any basic verification or checking.
The WTKR News 3 investigative team continues to follow through on these kinds of cases. Last January, we spoke to the leaders of the Government Accountability Office about unemployment insurance fraud during the pandemic that they estimate to be between $100 and $135 billion.
So the sophistication of the fraudsters, the bad actors, quite a bit of it is very organized. As I said, international criminal organizations and so on. Anecdotally, we heard pretty widely that how-to manuals were being peddled on the dark web.
As for Upchurch, he's expected to be sentenced this April at the Norfolk Federal Courthouse. Attempts to reach him and his lawyer were unsuccessful.
A lot of people got the money, but they're going to sit in prison for a while. I hope it was worth it to them.
Margaret Kavanagh, News 3.